Wow. Hello.
Hello, another bonus content.
Yet another bonus content.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
yeah. Teehee.
Teehee. So, I believe we left off sort of dinner time-ish, early afternoon, evening,
Mm-hmm.
um, with Echo splitting off from the group in the Eastern City, I believe, and heading somewhere. Where'd she going?
Uh, Probably to the casino. She ain't taking a taxi though. She's gonna fucking
Just gonna
float.
walk.
Yeah.
Well, you, did you split off with them, like, around Spun Silk? Or did you, like, walk them back?
Uh, well, it depends on where that um place they got the food it was at.
Probably would have been right around there.
So
I
yeah,
don't think you
probably.
guys really. So yeah, not at least not a horrible walk, a little over a mile.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as you come up to the casino steps, you'll see a bit of a scene going on. As there seems to be a man uh, in a security uniform blocking the doorway, and there's a visibly very, very drunk person um, sort of collapsed on the steps. And as you sort of come up, you'll hear the security guard going, "No, you're cut off. You know you can't come in here. Come on, don't make a scene." And the drunk guy will sort of grumble something, and you'll hear him make some kind of pleading sort of argument. But the security guard just kind of puts his hands on his hips and repeats himself, telling the guy to move on.
Echo would probably help the guy up if he's. You said he was on the ground, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, she'd probably help him up.
Um, as you do that, you'll hear the man sort of slurring something about uh, wanting to have one more go. Um, and you'll hear the security guard say something about him already losing 10 grand this week and him being cut off. Uh, as you help him up, give me uh give me an insight check.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Starting off strong.
Um give me a dex save.
Oh.
As the rising to his feet causes the man to vomit. Not on you though, as you're able to kind of shift him away from you at the last second, and sort of step back to avoid it.
Duality of man. Wow.
um, the drunk guy will kind of mutter an apology and sort of uh shove you away a little bit, not like trying to be rude, but just kind of shoving off of you to give himself some momentum, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll kind of stumble off. uh you'll see the security guard, who, now that you are up close to him, you'll see is in fact a slime man. He is green, semi-translucent, but surprisingly humanoid in appearance. Kind of give you a bit of a bemused, sympathetic look, cringe at the vomit on the ground. Um, Sorry about that, miss.
Well, that's quite alright. Uh, entertaining night?
For a Monday.
Just kind of like staring off after the dude.
You see him just kind of stumbling down the street, sort of leans on a building for a second, and stumbles down an alley, just sort of off.
I do hope he'll be okay.
He's been here every week for the last 30 odd years. Does this uh, just about every week.
Oh. She'll give a frown to that. Um. Oh, where are my manners? I'm Echo. She'll
Um,
hold her hand out.
yeah. Give me another insight check. Uh, you'll see at that, he has a little bit of a reaction to the name. You'll see his eyes widen a tiny bit as he kind of like gives you a once over. Um, but he will shake and tell you that his name is Tay.
Hey, I like that name.
Thanks.
Uh,
Echo's not too bad either.
um, not to pry, but have you maybe heard of me, or at least of the name?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have actually. Think you ran into a friend of mine.
She does the head tilt, cat head tilt. What friend?
Uh, cat named Timber?
Oh, she gets a little bit of a smile. Um, then kind of frowns also at that, remembering that she's not supposed to be happy with him.
Yep. I'm
Um,
mad at him right now.
um, well, yeah, I have met him. Very, it's very nice. Absolutely adore his sister.
She's a cutie. You, the gambling type, or?
I'm actually here to see Ace.
Oh, big boss man, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't let me keep you.
Alrighty. Tell Timber I say hi.
Sure. You'll notice him ever so slightly smirk at that.
She'll clear her throat, give him a little of like the finger wave thing,
Hmm.
and then like she will actually kind of strut past him, like full on like strutting, like she's hot shit, and walk in.
Yeah, you'll enter back into the casino. Let's get a bit of a change of tone. It's quieter than the last few times you've been here. Monday night, not too busy. Still a bit of a crowd though.
Oh, thank God Glenn's not here. Um, I guess what does she see? She'll like look around and everything.
Yeah. Um, Pretty much the same as usual. Give me a perception check. Okay, you'll notice same bartender. Uh Other than that, it's like I said, kind of a quiet night. You don't see Ace around, at least at a glance. Um, yeah, I
She.
mean nothing of note really.
Mm.
Just kind of normal.
She will go up to the bartender.
All right. They'll give you a nod. Can I get you anything?
Um, was wondering if Ace was in?
Well, you know where his office is, right?
I do.
Could try there.
Oh, I didn't. Wasn't sure if I should just walk up there, so.
They'll kind of like give a slight chuckle at that. I'm sure you won't mind if it's you.
I guess we'll see now, won't we? Thank you. And she'll give him a wave and head up the stairs.
Yeah, they'll give you a nod and smile. You'll make your way to Ace's office. The door is closed.
Um, she'll give it a knock.
Come in.
She will do the whole thing where she like smooths down her dress and like make sure her hair's perfect, all that shit. And open the door and walk in.
All right. He is sitting behind his desk this time. Seems to be going over some paperwork. As you walk in, you'll see him look up and give a smile. Oh, well, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
Fuck. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on coming here, but I guess. Well, here I am.
You're always welcome.
Thank you. Um, she will go ahead and like sit down in the seat that she always like sits
Mhm.
down in. Um, um, kind of gives him like a shy, like little look. Uh, I was wondering if you had a little bit more time to go over some maybe specific details.
Of course. Did you have more specifics in mind then?
I I think so. Wanted to kind of talk it over and see how feasible everything might be as well.
Of course. You'll see him kind of shut the files that he's working on, sort of push them off to the side and like visibly sort of give you his full attention.
Um, well, I was wondering how feasible it would be. I don't know if we did like maybe a little kiosk at the front so maybe people could, like, didn't have to walk in? Because I'd love to feed children, but that's not, I don't want them in that sort of area.
Sure, sure. So, like a serving window, or
I I think so, yes.
that's certainly doable.
Um, and well, when I was running my business in my old world, like I kind of was hemorrhaging money because, well, I I can't I can't turn down anybody in need. Um, are you are you sure that you want to do this?
Well, I can set you up with some accountants and advisors to handle some of the business aspects if you'd like. The main goal, of course, would be to make the money to offset your generosity.
The only thing I worry with that, darling, is um them not having the same sort of vision.
In what way?
Them pushing me to uh, maybe just do it for profit and like for more profit than like I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to take care of people.
Of course, very noble of you.
But I just anybody who works with me on this project, I just want to make sure that they see my vision and they don't try to take a hold of it and
Of
make it
course.
theirs.
Well, it will be your business, um, entirely. I can offer suggestions for people who have helped me with other endeavors in the past. But if any of them aren't to your liking, of course, it's entirely your prerogative on who to hire, who to let go.
I did Gurn ask about being I think he did, but
I think he mentioned it at some point. I don't remember how seriously,
I don't
it was posited, but
I mean she's kind of like I think she took that like seriously, so I don't know.
mhm,
Um well, I think I'd like to hire Gurn as my head of security. I just don't know how feasible that is cuz I would like music going and he's not really a music person.
I see. That could be rather an issue, especially if you're planning on having live performers.
Just to make sure, did you there's not supposed to be any music right now, right?
Uh, yeah, there is. I forgot to hit the repeat button. Let's put this one on. This is quieter, so
Yeah.
might take a minute, but
Um What do you think about meals for people, um, like tickets already sold? Like if anybody was feeling charitable and bought someone else, like a meal, and anybody maybe coming forward and uh, asking for an already paid for meal.
Sure, I think something like that could be possible. Uh, Maybe worthwhile to attach some sort of nothing tangible per se, but some sort of status to those who want to donate the meals, give them some incentive to encourage it.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. I'll have to think on that.
Certainly.
I also wanted to ask, how did you know I wanted a stage?
Well, you're a performer, aren't you?
Uh, I mean, yes, but uh, how did you know that?
Well, you've sung in a couple locations around the city already. The word's gotten back to me.
She kind of looks a little flustered at that.
Out of character. I can't remember. Where was the one place that you got like a nat 20 in? Was that, the
Ooh.
Grumpy Hog?
Oh,
I swear there was
shit.
one place that she like really outperformed, but I can't remember what it was.
It could have been the Grumpy Hog, or it could have been out on the street.
Right.
Maybe it was a Grumpy Hog.
Well, he would like kind of mention that, um, saying that it apparently got some people talking enough that it got back to him.
Oh, I'm I'm so excited for it. And something I couldn't actually I couldn't actually get anywhere with in my old world. So it makes me happy hearing people, might be talking about my performance.
Of course, I mean, certainly due praise, it sounds like. I would love to have you perform here one night.
Name the day. Maybe not uh, in the next 2 days. I'm gonna be very busy, but
Whenever you like, my dear.
she gives him a little, like, shy smile.
You'll see him kind of look a little thoughtful for a second. You haven't seen my stage yet, have you?
I didn't know you had one.
The main hall of the casino is far from is encompassed here. Originally, this building was all the Watcher's Eye was, but throughout the centuries, we've expanded into some surrounding buildings. It's a bit of a maze, but allows us to branch out, figuratively and literally.
Oh,
And he'll stand up, come around the desk, and sort of hold a hand out. Can I give
Sh-
you the tour while we talk?
oh yes, definitely. She'll take it. And probably like stand. She'll actually like stand and like walk with him, like holding on to his arm,
Mhm.
and let
Uh,
him lead.
yeah. He will lead you first back out into the sort of main room, um, and then off to the like crossing the sort of main room, lead you down a sort of wide corridor, um, which will come out into basically a big sort of club kind of dance floor in the center. Another bar, tables and chairs sort of around the perimeter of the dance floor. And up sort of on a balcony above everything, you'll see this performance section, kind of stage like, but um, it's not like fully in view. It's more of for like DJs or singers, less
Mm-hmm.
for like actual visual performance. But
Oh.
um, currently, there is someone playing kind of your average sort of dance pop kind of music. There's a couple people hanging out, but it's a Monday night. It's pretty quiet.
Does the music like have any words to it, or is it just
It's probably more like a beat.
a beat? Okay. She's like looking at everything in awe, like uh very probably shell shocked because what is this to a Victorian lady?
It's
But
one of
like
those like hyper modern, like the dance floor is made of LED, like neon everywhere.
I this is very not what I'm used to.
I can imagine. This aesthetic culture, as it were, was brought into the city. It's gained popularity over the years. I suppose I can understand it on account of the colors and whatnot, but
I do I do love the colors. Almost reminds me of home. She gets a little sad. Ears like kind of drooping.
um, he'll kind of reassuringly sort of squeeze your hand to give you a sympathetic smile. Um, you would also probably notice, sort of as you walk around, uh, passing through a certain section, you'll pass under a black light and notice that the both of you, your stripes glow underneath of it. Ace is hard to see considering he doesn't have fur, but under the black light you can actually see the patterns that he would have if he did have. See the sort of stripe and swirl markings on him.
Um, she's a little entranced by him. Actually, like starts taking her fingers and like um trailing over all of his markings.
Just kind of watch you with like a fond, sort of bemused smile on his face.
I'm happy I found you. She
As am I.
yeah, she pulls back and like as if she's realizing that she's fucking touching him, you know, like oh, she
Catching yourself.
probably stopped doing that and like hiding her face.
My favorite room is one of the VIP lounges. And he'll sort of start leading you again. Uh, him describing the place as maze-like is pretty accurate. You go down, seems to be just sort of a side hallway, and come out into like another sort of big room. Um, he'll lead you down a again another hallway that seems like it should just lead off to some offices. Um, but then he'll open the door and lead you into a room where three of the four walls are lined with shelves, um, each shelf being completely full of board games from all over the multiverse. And in the center is a large 8-person table um, set up to sort of uh, enable whatever game, along with a number of like plush lounge chairs, ashtrays, some wine racks with glasses, and you know, it's like a fancy sort of billiards room, except it's just board games, tabletop games.
Oh. Uh, Echo would probably like float about, like looking at all the games. Probably recognize a few, but like things like Monopoly, nah.
When was Monopoly invented?
Oh no.
Wouldn't it? Wait, what?
When
Hang on, I have to look
was
something else up.
Monopoly invented? 1935.
Okay, so yeah, past her time. She would, however, what year exactly was it?
1888.
Damn, she was 1 year off from the founding of Nintendo.
What?
Yep, 1889.
Damn. She kind of like run her fingers over like some of the stuff. Like I'm guessing like things like chess, like whatever. Um,
Mhm.
Claire would love these, though I think she'd love anything you play with her. I wasn't nearly around enough.
I often find myself wishing Corbin could have seen some of these.
She, at the mention of Corbin, will float back down, like to him, plant herself again, and take his hand, giving him a sympathetic look. I'm sorry.
Just kind of give like a soft sort of smile. I uh I have dinner reservations in about half an hour. I would be quite flattered if you would do me the honor of accompanying me.
Uh, her fur gets all like she puffs up, like flustered. um, and like almost like eagerly like nods. I I'd love to.
Wonderful. You'll see him walk over to uh, what you probably wouldn't have even realized was a panel sort of set into the wall. You'll see him rap on it with his knuckles, and it will shift open, and you will see an eyeball on a stalk, a sort of eye stalk, tentacle kind of thing, poke out and look at Ace. Um, and he'll tell it, send Elsie down, and it'll just kind of blink at him and then sort of schlorp back up into the hole, and he'll shut the panel. Just kind of turn back to you as if that's just like a normal thing that just happened.
Um, I'm sorry. What's the story behind the beholder?
He's been with me for quite a long time now. Before I came to the city, Corbin found him uh, while we were wandering the Feywild. He was young then and damaged. Would you like to meet him?
He's not gonna hurt me, is he?
Of course not, darling.
Um, sure.
Wonderful. I'll bring you up to see him as soon as Elsie gets here. He'll kind of look around, looking almost a little bit impatient, just like ever so slightly. Um, and like a couple seconds after, uh, a little rat lady walk into the room, um, carrying a notebook, and she'll kind of just not even look at you, just walk up to Ace. Um, he'll tell her to reschedule something that the two of you will be leaving for the reservation at the Mithril Star in about 45 minutes. So cancel that last thing that he had. And she'll just kind of mutter like, "Yes, sir."
I'm canceling. Uh,
Oh, just a meeting that I had. He usually doesn't make it anyway, so.
I see. I mean, I can. You don't need to cancel anything.
Nonsense, dear. Like I said, I already had the reservation.
Insight.
Go for it. Um, I mean, he doesn't seem to be lying. You get the feeling maybe this was something that he had very much wanted an excuse to cancel,
Yeah,
but
okay.
that's subtle.
Can I also insight the rat lady?
Sure. Do you want to do a separate one?
Yes, please.
Go for it. She's very like it seems not that she's necessarily like nervous at all. Um she has that sort of demeanor that you would expect of like a servant trained under like very strict sort of conditions. She keeps her eyes on her work, speaks when spoken to. She doesn't really look at you at all. Doesn't really look Ace in the eye much. Maybe a glance, but mostly just business. She walks in. She writes down what he tells her.
Does she look like she's being like mistreated?
Um, she doesn't look happy, but it's hard to figure out why, or if that's genuine unhappiness or just she's working and she's taking it seriously.
Mm.
And after a brief exchange, um, she'll head off unless Echo wants to say anything. But
Um.
I will also
Yeah.
say, unlike so, I feel like this is something that needs to be clarified, maybe. Um, Probably to the rest of the group more so than now, but so Rally, when she is in her human form, she's like a human with rat ears and a rat tail.
Uh-huh.
So like, you know how they make like the cat girls that are just cat humans?
Nicholas.
They have cat ears? Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like that but a rat. This is fully just a anthro rat walking on two legs.
Yeah. All right.
She's about 3 feet tall.
Oh. Um. Echo my. Because maybe because like she didn't like look over at her. Echo doesn't want to actually get in the way of her,
Yeah.
but she is putting that in her memory banks for
Echo will
later.
remember this.
Yes, pretty much. She'll want to speak with her later, maybe alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but yeah, she'll head out. Um, and then Ace will turn to you and ask if you would like to go the Watcher.
Yes.
He'll lead you back into the main room of the casino, where you enter into the building, um, and then sort of back as if you were going back to his office, but then takes a turn and heads up some stairs. Um, you will see him take a keyring out of his jacket at one point to unlock a door and lead you through it. Um, Up another flight of stairs, and then up one last sort of wrought iron kind of stairwell. You can tell you're getting up into sort of the rafters of the building, as it were. And he'll lead you into a large spherical room, which you could probably put together is the inside of the disco. Um, and yeah, in the center of it, there's a sort of the inside of the sphere itself is hollow, and there's a sort of landing, kind of industrial looking landing that wraps around the whole thing. And levitating in the center of it is a beholder. Give me a perception check. You will notice it has two different colored eyes. Some of its eyes pink and some of blue. And the pink ones, you'll notice the irises are sort of clouded and milky, almost as if those eyes were blind. And it'll look at you with a couple of its eye stalks, just kind of react.
Uh, she'll kind of hesitate, but she'll give it a little bit of a grin. Well, darling, I really do love the color of your eyes.
It'll blink at you, and then you'll hear a deep voice in your head as it speaks telepathically go, "Flattered."
Wait, what was the first word?
"Flattered."
Oh, I see.
"Echo, this is Meatball. Meatball, this is Echo." I'll just kind of blink at you again.
Meatball. That's
"The child named me."
I think it's a very good name.
Meatball, or the Watcher as he's also known, is our main source of security here. He can see the entire casino, which means he can also protect it.
Well, from what I heard of the other day, it seems like he does a very good job.
He's very attentive.
I'm glad to hear it.
After a moment, um, neither of them really say much. You can tell the beholder isn't particularly interested in talking to you. Um, but after a minute, you'll see Ace glance at his watch and ask if you would like to head to the restaurant.
Yes.
You'll see him give a nod to Meatball, um, and then lead you back down. Uh,
She'll give a wave and like a smile to Meatball. It was very nice meeting you, Meatball.
it'll kind of like incline its eye stalk, one of its eye stalks at you. And then, yeah, you guys can head down. Um,
Well,
Ace will
that's.
probably.
Sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Well, that's the nicest beholder I've ever met. The only one, but still.
He's polite. This is as much his building as it is mine. But he is intelligent enough to know to play nice.
And what if. Uh, what if. What if. She kind of trails off. She doesn't know how to say it. But she kind of gets a little worried, like glance back towards where they came from.
We have been loyal to one another for centuries now. In a very real sense, he owes me his life. Of course, I could probably say the same for myself by now.
She gives him a little curious look.
When we found him, he was, as you could probably tell, half blinded, starving, exiled from his brood. Beholders are cruel beings. When they reproduce, they choose the fittest of the bunch to rear and kill the rest if they're lucky, or exile them to starve if they're not. He was one of the unlucky ones, but as I said, we found him. Thanks to Corbin, able to nurse him back to health.
Huh. I really wish I was able to meet him. Sounds like a really good kid.
He'll give you like a kind of sad smile, just sort of nod a little bit. Uh, he will lead you out, uh, and uh, yeah, he'll lead you out, and there will be a not like a full limo, but a limo-esque sort of vehicle, um, that he will open the door for you and invite you to get in. Um, it's like smaller than a limo, like it's not length, but it's got the same sort of setup where like there's the like sort of more couch like seating in the back. Um, more like comfortable kind of open space.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get used to this.
The amenities of some of the other worlds are quite astounding.
Hmm. I've only really ever seen horse-drawn carriages, so I
Well,
think.
I myself, before it was about 140 years into the seclusion before these automobiles were introduced to the city. Horse-drawn or magic-drawn, I suppose in that sense they aren't that much different, but aesthetically at least. Probably do the thing where he'll pull a bottle of wine out of like some bucket of ice or something, pour a glass for both of you. Uh, although that being said, you are only going like half a mile. um,
Alright.
so I imagine like you'll kind of start settling in, and then the car will come to a stop, and he'll get out and open the door for you.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, you'll be outside of a quite fancy building. Probably, honestly, not that dissimilar to some of the more like aristocratic kind of socialite clubs that Echo would have at least been aware of in London.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you'll see a sign out front labeling it as the Mithril Star, with a star that does indeed seem to be made of mithril. It's quite sparkly.
Oh, well.
And he'll lead you inside, um, say his name to the person standing at the front sort of desk thing. And then, yeah, you guys will be seated. Um, you could tell This is very, very high end. Probably the kind of places Echo would have heard about. Again, similar in that it's got that like real bougie sort of feel to it, like old world, old money kind of. Um,
Echo probably takes like one look at this place and is like as soon as like Ace like looks away or something to whatever, she's like, how the fuck did I get myself in this situation?
yeah,
Like, as soon as he looks back, she's like, eh? Like,
yep,
like the whole smile. She is faking it until she makes it.
yep.
And she's very glad
That's
she's
the
wearing her
policy.
dress.
Yes, yeah, definitely. He would have had to take you back to get one for just for tonight.
Oh my god.
Um, yeah, as you guys are seated, he will order some wine for the two of you. Um, Probably, not ask, but just kind of tell you anything you want. Just, say the word. It's on him. Don't worry about it. Um, and then
She'll
he'll
she'll give him a like what type of look. Like look at the things, like see the fucking shit and be like, oh god.
probably the type of place where there's not even prices on the menu.
Oh, there's no prices. She's just sweating, man. She's sweating. Oh
So how
shit.
was Cove to you?
Oh, he was amazing. Put me right in a
He's
dress that is absolutely marvelous.
I would love to see it sometime.
Well, maybe soon.
He is quite skilled at what he does.
You can very much tell.
Pleasant to be around as well, which is a rare combination.
Echo nods, like agreeing.
Imagine just kind of make small talk.
She'll
What
ask
fancy
him.
food would Echo order?
Oh God, I don't know. Ooh, I don't know what's fancy.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, I asked that question. I don't know.
Fancy
Foie gras. That's the only one I know.
foods. Fancy
Expensive
foods.
caviar.
Oh God, I don't. She wouldn't like caviar. She wouldn't like fish. Filet mignon.
Yes, that's probably what Ace is getting.
Yeah, probably.
I see him as a steak guy.
I could see her liking like steak as well. Actually,
Yeah,
uh, it's not something that she gets too much, you know.
yeah. They got the Wagyu.
Oh shit. Yeah, probably something along those lines.
Yeah.
Echo will ask probably a weird question to ask in this sort of situation, but where do you see yourself in 100 years?
Probably very much doing the same thing that I've been doing. Working on entertaining us, taking care of those close to me. I'll kind of do the, like, sort of meaningful kind of look at you. You know, the pointed kind of like he's talking about you.
Oh. Uh. She kind of does like a little shy, like look down.
Perhaps, perhaps getting out of this city. Although who can say?
I mean, that is, I guess, what I'm gonna be working for.
Yes, you work for the Real Foundation. Am I correct?
Yes. I'm supposed to be going on an excursion 2 days from now.
Yes, the new moon would be Wednesday, I believe.
A little nervous.
I can't blame you. Very few people have ever been into the rifts.
Well, I just feel like we're being thrown in.
It is rather strange to be brought into something like that so soon after your arrival.
Hmm. Do you think we'll ever get out?
I think so.
That means I'd have to go back, huh?
It's hard to say what circumstances might arise should the seclusion end.
I. I'd have to go back for Claire. I can't leave her.
I do sincerely hope that you'll be able to. And perhaps find a way to bring her to you.
I'd very much like that, actually. She fiddles with her necklace thing.
He'll give you a smile. Tell me about her.
She's mischievous. Um, Always getting into trouble. But she's also the sweetest little thing I've ever met. Too much has happened in her lifetime.
As it tends to go.
Um, I really worry for her. She has no one if. Well, I suppose she has Ainsley, but if I'm not there, I'm scared.
Um, he'll actually lean across the table, sort of putting both of his hands kind of like taking your hands with his hands, looking at you a little bit intensely, not in like a bad way, but just sort of eye contact. You will see her again.
Echo blinks back tears.
Kind of give your hands a squeeze, stay like that for a second, and then kind of lean back and take a sip of his wine.
I didn't leave things in the best way. I.
It wasn't like you could have known.
Well, it's not. I wish I had just hugged her a little bit more before saying goodnight. Or just cuddled with her while she slept again.
Give me an insight check. Um, as you're saying that, you'll see Ace, uh, not quite like fully misty-eyed, but you can see a sort of nostalgic sadness kind of come over it. Mostly in the eyes, still kind of keeping the same sort of expression, but you can just sort of see the change a little bit.
If things were to move right along without me, I really don't know if she might be hunted. When I was I guess swept along here, I was trying to kill somebody so that they would stop hurting my girls. I'm really worried that they'll try and do something to Claire.
All we can do is hope for the best and trust that those left behind are capable and to keep working towards getting out of here and reuniting.
I hope so.
If the gods wanted us gone forever, why not simply smite the city out of existence? My theory is that we're being held here for either a certain reason or a certain amount of time. But the fact that we are still here is something itself. Alive, that is.
I hope so. I think if I were to see myself in 100 years, I'd want to be surrounded by little babies. And well, with Claire not being, well, I'd hope she'd be there too.
I believe you'll get there.
Echo tries to, like, subtly get the tears out of her eyes. Probably failing.
Yeah.
And keep her eyes down. Let's be real, though. I haven't given myself time for that sort of life anyway. So,
Well, the one thing that we have in this city is time, so perhaps you could get started on it.
maybe. Or I'll just keep on doing what I'm doing. With a little extra performing flair, I guess.
Hmm?
With a little extra performing flair, I guess. She rolls her eyes at herself. Oh, what is... Had a giant bug. It crawled on one of the things I was able to get out.
That's good.
And your son is here.
My son?
Yep.
Um, I imagine like things would kind of lapse into a sort of awkward but sort of comfortable silence. And then after a minute, he would ask, um, how basically how you came to like get out of Underland or Underland.
Um, Well, hmm, Claire found me in the flower fields. Um, uh, she was very sad. Um, there's a lot of there's a lot of sadness that she's gone through. So when she found me, she was crying. Hadn't, um, I wasn't linked up with anyone, and I hated seeing her cry. So I approached her, and she gave me a hug. And well, I guess the rest is history. Um, I escorted her through Underland, and well, she has been through a lot, so um, we found a little portal back to her realm, and well, I became her mother. Her real mom was gone.
Let's see.
When she starts, when she mentions the mom, she like, her ears like point down, and she does not seem happy to talk about her mom. What about, what about you?
I'm afraid it's a rather sad story.
I mean, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
Corbin was one of the Unsilly Fae. His family sold him off to a group that belonged to Titania's Summer Court.
Sorry, what was the name?
Titania's Summer Court.
Summer Court?
Yes.
Sometimes words just kind of cut out. I don't.
Yeah. I've been noticing, I don't know if it's actually accurate, but that my Discord's the like green light around my name, it keeps like not really it seems like I'm cutting out, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I have the microphone like 5 inches from my face, but
Mm-hmm. Titania's Summer Court.
the main court of the Seelie Fae and the Greater Feywild.
I see.
They experimented on him. They were trying to gain access to Wonderland. Got it in their heads that it could be done through suffering of a child, which unfortunately seemed to be accurate. He was able to reach into Wonderland and pull me through to his side. I was able to get him out of the situation that he was in.
Echo is like covering her face, like in shock, like, oh god. Oh, that poor boy.
Just kind of nod solemnly.
I. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ace. She'll like reach for his hand.
He'll, like, take your hand. Kind of give you that sort of, like, sad smile that, like, it's not really okay, but, like, it's okay kind of look.
She'll just like run her like thumbs over his hand, in that gesture.
Mhm.
If oh, if we do find a way to get Claire ever here, I mean, I kind of doubt it, but I think she'd love to meet you.
And I her. She sounds like a wonderful kid.
She is the best of them.
The children do seem to quite enjoy the game cabinets that C&R make. In addition to the casino, I also run a arcade, slightly west of the Watcher's Eye. It's family friendly there. Popular with the younger ones in the city.
Maybe I'll take Rory there. He did seem more interested in the gaming cabinets.
They are fascinating. It is rather strange having a game that I don't intrinsically know the rules for.
Your special talent being games?
The physical ones, at least.
Yes, Claire would love you.
Give a smile. Probably just kind of continue to make small talk. I imagine, like, it's the kind of thing where, you guys get the three-course meal and then also still sit and just kind of talk, sipping coffee for a while afterwards type of thing.
Echo just like, I could only dream of serving them this sort of meal. Talking about Rory, Homer, and Gurn.
Hmm.
Thank you, Ace.
My pleasure. Thank you for accompanying me.
I'm very, very happy I did.
He'll give you a warm smile.
I think you'll have to teach me how to play some of your board games.
I would be delighted to.
Though you'll have to probably really explain a lot to me, anyway.
The best way to learn is through doing.
I imagine, like, as she's, like, sitting there, she's just, like, sometimes she'll, like look out over at him all dreamily and shit. Like, uh, like, elbow on the table and her head in her hand, just, like,
Batting the eyelashes.
yeah, pretty much. But this is just a business thing, so.
Yep. I feel like he's doing pretty much the same thing back at her. Not as like leaned into it, but just that like, you know, watching her over his wine glass as he takes a sip, kind of like.
Oh. Tee.
Probably eventually finish up. I imagine as you kind of make your way out, uh, he'll ask, more or less like if you have plans after this, if you want him to like give you a ride anywhere, like, you know, just kind of.
I don't have any plans. Um, in fact, I did have something from Coves I did want to show you.
Oh,
But that's more of a private setting, if...
of course. Where would you like to go?
Well, Anywhere where you're comfortable. She gives him like she starts like really leaning into him and stuff, and the body language kind of changes like ever so slightly, towards like she's into him.
Mhm. Um, he'll kind of like acknowledge that, not really say anything about like where you're going. Kind of get back in the car with you, and it will take you kind of back past the casino, um, and then sort of turn down a kind of side street, not quite alleyway, but like quieter sort of street branching off commercial street. Um, and he will actually take you to a rather tall, kind of modern looking building, um, lead you inside up an elevator, and you'll realize as he welcomes you in that he has brought you back to his penthouse.
Oh, shit.
Um, However, as fancy as the building itself is, um, as you walk in, the vibe is very different from anything you would have seen in the casino. Um, it it looks just very homey, um, warm, warm colors. Not cluttered in like a messy way, but it's lived in.
Uh,
Um, you'll see he also has a personal collection of board games. The boxes are a bit more sort of worse for wear, not like horribly, but you can tell they're used. Um, Books laying around, a chess set probably out on a coffee table.
he's probably like looking at it in awe, like probably even more interested in this like sort of setting than uh, um the stage area that she was being shown earlier.
Mhm.
Like a little bit of a dreamy look on her face. Like like she does not expect this from Ace at all, but like
Mhm.
yeah.
Uh, there's also a one wall that is pretty much glass, like the way the like high-rise apartments have a big window wall
Uh-huh.
overlooking the commercial district of the eastern city. You can see the lights kind of sparkling.
She uh probably will look out at that for like a minute or so. He just gags her all the time. I don't know. She don't know what to say.
He'll kind of take off like his fancy jacket and hang it up on like a coat rack or something, and come over and stand next to you. It's been quite a journey watching this city rebuild itself, become what it is today. Can't help but feel a little bit proud of it.
She gives him a warm smile. I can only imagine.
He'll walk over into his sort of kitchen area. Um, pour you another glass of wine for the both of you.
She probably float over to him and like maybe float above him. Uh, put her head on his shoulder, like she's at the back of him. Puts her head on, like over, like his shoulder, and then like wraps her arms around him. So she's like hugging him from the back.
Mm-hmm. Give me a perception check. You'll notice he's faintly purring.
Oh, it's so cute. What the fuck? Starts to like nuzzle into him a little bit. Starts purring like herself. Why do you hide yourself?
With my position and what I do, there's a certain level of expectation that comes with it. Relationships to keep up, networking to maintain. It's easier this way.
But are you sure you don't want to just? And with that, she like her head will kind of fall off, and it'll float like in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
I did that too. Rory's teacher screamed like a girl.
I would have loved to see it.
Like I like to imagine her face is just like right in his.
Mm-hmm.
She's like smiling. I had to hide myself in my old world. Well, Claire's old world. Why'd I say it like that?
She's southern now.
Um, didn't much like it. Won't you float with me?
Uh, he'll smile, and then yeah, start levitating. Sort of float up, kind of like lean back a little bit.
I like to imagine like she starts like floating like through the air, like uh, maybe like position herself so she's not like at his back anymore, just floating with him through the air.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to be graceful about it,
Mm-hmm.
giggling with him.
He's got a very genuine smile on his face. Even just, even it just being the two of you, um, even being in the casino in private, you could tell he still had like an air of kind of keeping up the persona about him. But here you can tell this is just 100% a genuine, just happy to be here.
Probably like keeps him close and whatever.
I imagine them like almost dancing, kind of,
Yeah.
but like in the air.
Yeah. Like brings him closer like every few like seconds or whatever, until they're like chest to chest.
Mm-hmm.
I miss this.
I like to think he, at some point, kind of like his head will just sort of kind of roll odd, like down his shoulder, down his arm,
Hell yeah.
toss it back up. It lands back on his neck.
I like to think if she does take her head off again, it's just kind of floating through the air with
Mhm.
them.
Yo, they could swap heads.
Oh my god, they could! What the fuck? Probably like I could see it like them not so much like moving anymore, and she's just kind of maybe like if she might like look like she's like laying down, but like I don't know if he would do the same type thing.
He'd
Like in the
probably be
air.
like kind of mimicking her.
Probably do the whole she's like laying on his chest thing then.
Brushes a strand of hair out of her.
She doesn't say anything, but oh boy, he hears it. Um what would she So in his head he will hear what would she say? What would she think? Ah. Fuck. Fuck, I don't know what you'd think. Holy fuck. Wow, okay. But
Yeah.
this is the moment. She's like, oh fuck. She probably oh, like look up at him and he'd probably hear, oh god, he's amazing. In his head.
Hmm.
And she has made her link.
Give me an insight again. She'll see the corner of his mouth kind of pull up into not like a smirk, but like a little bit of a smile. Um, but he won't actually like say anything about like address it.
She'll be confused. A little bit. She's not recognizing what she's done.
Yep. Kind of tucking a strand of hair behind your ear type thing. I guess not really with. I don't know how that would work with cat ears, but that vibe,
Mm.
you know. And I'll go. You are the most exquisitely beautiful thing I have ever laid eyes
Uh, she is flustered all to hell.
on.
Ah. Probably, like, won't say anything. But, like, puts her hand over her mouth and, like, he'll hear, come on, Riddle, get yourself together. Before she'll, like, look up at him and, like, say thank you.
My pleasure.
He's not going to fucking tell her, is he?
Nope.
Oh my god! I guess I did want to show you something else.
Oh.
Her hands like start to go onto his chest and she like gives him a little bit of an innocent look. If you want.
Um. He'll kind of like, sort of put a hand kind of like against her face, like kind of cupping it. Um. Get kind of a gentle look about him. Whatever you're comfortable with, my darling.
I mean, how else am I supposed to thank you?
You don't need to thank me. Your company tonight was thanks enough.
I mean, it just. I know I've said it before, it just seems so much. I. I don't know how to make it up to you. And I don't want you to think that. Like. This is because you are doing these things for me, but. My friend Ainsley always. She trails off. Does not say anything else. I just. If this. If you don't want, I think she's internally screaming and you can hear it.
Probably still like hand on the face, kind of caress the cheek with the thumb a little bit type of thing. My dear, it is my pleasure to be able to do these things for you. I've had centuries of more money pouring in than I know what to do with. And if I can use it to help you or brighten your day at all, that's all I want. You don't need to repay me.
Do you think the link would work with memories? Like if she wanted to share memories?
Probably.
Well, she doesn't want to share it. I think she would. I think what would flash through his mind is her, like, blurry memory of her looking up at the ceiling after what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Would kind of flash. Like her face is like it, like if she's probably not showing it on her face, but like that is very much going through hers and now his mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do want to show you it. Probably float
As
closer to the floor, whatever.
mm,
What were you saying?
uh, as you wish, darling.
probably like ask where the bathroom is. All that.
He'll point you to it.
Probably goes to the bathroom, puts on the fucking lingerie, right? Uh, she's so stupid. I hate her. Like all of the like, oh god, what if he doesn't like me? What ifs, all that shit, you know? Like going through her
Mhm.
mind, and he can probably hear it all.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, Probably step out, you know, give him a very apprehensive look.
Um, he'll probably be like kind of sitting on the kitchen counter type thing. um, kind of look you up and down, uh, with a smile. You are the most stunning being in this city.
I love them. Probably like walk up to him and like, yeah.
I feel like if she starts to get like kind of handsy, um, I don't know, like if they're going there just kind of right off, but
Probably like more. She'd wait for him to like initiate, like literally, like probably her hands are on his chest type thing, and she, like if they're talking, her full attention's on him, but like, yeah, not getting too handsy, but like her hands are on him, you know,
mhm.
like
um,
probably going from like his chest to his arms and
mhm.
back again or whatever.
Yeah. I feel like he would probably kind of just sort of continue conversing, uh,
What the fuck?
as if as if she's not mostly naked in front of him.
Wow.
Um, Probably like I mean, visibly into her, uh, but also kind of hesitant to like initiate. Um, Probably complimenting more, uh, just like the her appearance and what talking about uh Cove does a good job and not kind of thing.
Damn. Starts like
um
second guessing herself.
I feel like after like a minute or two, um he'll probably like maybe take her like one of her hands or something, um and kiss the back of it. And I don't know how to like how he would word it exactly, but um basically affirming that like he wants her, but also telling her that he's worried that she feels this is some kind of obligation and he doesn't want her to feel pressured into doing anything. Probably saying they have plenty of time to get to know each other, so he doesn't want to to make her feel like this is something that she has to do, or that they have to go any further, I guess, kind of, if she doesn't want to.
Hmm.
I imagine just like very like genuine, gentle kind of candid, like dropping the facade of it not being, basically foreplay at this point, but
Mm-hmm.
just sort of that reality check break of like, hey, listen.
Uh, I could see her at the start of like him being like, "Hey," uh, like her being like, "Oh God, oh no." Um, Probably like face not showing any of it, but like as soon as he's like, "Oh, it's not an obligation," and whatever, she probably holds a tenseness in her fucking shoulders that just kind of melts away a little bit.
Mhm.
She'll probably be like, at this point, it's not an obligation.
Are you sure?
I mean, I must admit, I really thought, uh, when you first said personal like satisfaction, uh, as for why you're doing this, I did sort of take it like that.
He'll nod, kind of understandingly.
I think as she's saying that, memories of the pain she felt when it happened
Hmm.
flow through her mind.
Um, he'll kiss the back of her hand again. I will never ask for anything from you that you don't want to give, my princess. I want you to be comfortable and happy.
Oh, this is for me. I think she starts to like tear up a little bit, but like shakes it off and like full fledged fucking hugs him.
He'll hug her back, like the like tight, comforting kind of like rubbing her back sort of hug.
No.
You probably feel him purring a little bit again.
Oh, she's fucking purring too. She is a lot more romantic than I thought she would be.
It's a romantic moment.
Probably like when she pulls back, she'll probably like. Does he have buttons on his shirt or like?
Yeah, it'd probably be like a collared, like button up dress shirt kind of thing.
Like she'll fiddle with the one, like the first button. See what he, you know, what he thinks of that. If he doesn't like tell her no, like keep going.
Hmm. He'll just kind of let her do what she wants to.
Yeah. Probably keeps going, you know.
They fuck? Do they fuck? Are we fucking?
I mean, unless he's telling her no.
Uh, I guess is her with the link. Is there like any sort of doubt or sort of hesitancy that she would be kind of broadcasting through this? Because I
The
feel like that would kind of be the determining.
the only uh like she's not hesitant about fucking him.
Hmm.
The only hesitancy is like she's like she calls herself like she's like you're a whore, you're an idiot. This'll never work.
Uh, every time, like he'll still not um like
Oh my god.
tell her that he can hear. Um, but I imagine like whenever those thoughts start kind of coming up, he'll lay it on heavy with like telling her how beautiful she is and the praise and the compliments.
Oh.
Hee.
Man, he's not gonna tell her?
No, nope.
Oh my god. What an idiot. She should get a hold of her feelings more.
um, he will also, I assume when they've finished, he will ask her to spend the night.
I think she'd be hesitant. And in her head, broadcasting to him, like, whores don't do this. But I think she would hesitantly, like, nod.
Probably like if this wasn't the position already, kind of like move to kind of pull you on top of him so that she's like half sleeping on his chest kind of thing, and then like curl his tail around her, like hold her, everything.
Oh.
The purring, of course.
That's so cute. What the fuck?
They're in love.
They've only known each other 3 days.
Yep. But they're soulmates. Also, since we'll probably come back to you getting home at some point, uh when we start next session. Um she would wake up alone in his bed, uh and then he will bring her breakfast in bed.
Oh. she, she's gonna know when she feels his fucking emotions, right?
Hmm?
She's gonna know when she feels his emotions, right?
What? How would she?
Unless, like, when she gets out of that mile range, you know?
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah.
Unless they can do that now. I don't know.
Uh, yeah, I guess I feel like it would make sense for it to be in both cases, but I feel like how would she have not noticed?
Hmm. Too busy being stupid.
She's feeling his emotions, but she's mistaking them for her own
Oh my
because he's
god.
also in love.
I mean, we could argue that.
I could see it
I could see it.
because I imagine it's kind of a more subtle thing too. Like if you
Yeah.
know and you can like tune into it, I imagine it's like more obvious. But if you aren't aware that it's happening, I feel like it's probably kind of subtle.
And just see her, like, cuddling him, like, after breakfast. Ah. The rest of the party, like, where the fuck's my breakfast?
Yep.
How far, like, what would the time be?
Um, Probably up to Echo really whenever she kind of wants to get going. I imagine you'd wake up probably around sunrise because I imagine his bedroom also has the thing where one wall is practically just made of glass, so the light would probably wake you up. But
Uh, when's the meeting?
uh, noon,
Noon?
I would
Oh,
say.
okay. Yeah, she probably stay there until fucking 9.
The party's gonna be like, where the fuck? She never came home last night. She's dead.
Good. She's just having the time of her life.
Yep. I also imagine like as they were kind of getting into it, um, there probably would have been like one last kind of check in, and then he would have kissed her.
Oh. Oh. That's so cute.
They're in love. It's so embarrassing.
Good. Yeah, this is a very lovey-dovey bonus content, but I
It
love
is.
it. So, whatever.
Well deserved. Echo needs to be loved on.
Yeah. Very much so. I think she needed it,
Yeah.
Like, from, like, I guess from a frustration standpoint. At
Yeah.
her own house, like, in the own home, like. Hee I like to think that, like, maybe after they're done cuddling too, maybe he shows her some board games.
I was just thinking about that. Him teaching her like what would he pick? Some strategy game. I don't know.
Battleship.
Maybe. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that because that that a version of that exists in like D&D world was Corbin's favorite game.
Oh. Good.
Whatever weird Feywild equivalent to Battleship.
We gotta make that game now. It's trademark now. You can't. Anybody who watches this can't do it.
Yep. Copyright.
I can imagine her like going into the shower, and also like singing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's probably got like the fanciest fucking bathroom she's ever seen. Also,
Good.
like massive shower, one of those like, full on like walk in. It's got a tub in the shower, but like the shower itself is bigger than the tub, kind of thing. You know, those rich people bathrooms.
Probably like has to have him like help her, like
Show her how to use it.
Yeah. Teehee. Oh. Her just belting out songs because like that bathroom's probably really good at acoustics.
Yep. Just imagining like she's in the shower singing and washing dishes, like his tail is swishing to the beat or whatever.
Oh, that's so cute. What the fuck?
Business partners.
Business partners.
All business, baby.
And she still hasn't realized that she's fucking linked up to him because she's an idiot. Mistaking it for her own thing. I like to think that she's a younger Cheshire cat that doesn't understand what that shit is.
I feel like I could also see him potentially having some, like, because he knows what's going on, obviously. Like, having some modicum of being able to, not necessarily fully prevent it, but maybe, like, tone it down a little bit. Like that, the linking thing is obviously also a power that he has, so I imagine he would probably know how it works.
Yeah. Do you think there'd be a point where she would realize that she's linked with him?
Potentially.
Because I could see her being like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry."
Actually, wait. No. She wouldn't be getting his anything from him.
Oh.
Because he actually has an item that prevents any sort of magic like that from working on him.
What?
I just remembered that. Yeah. He has like a mind shielding thing. So no one can read his mind, no one can locate him with divination magic.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
I'm sorry, I just realized that.
But he can read hers.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She's still fully broadcasting to him.
Yeah. Okay.
If he wanted her to be able to read anything from him, he could allow it. But he and Tyrion actually both have the same that prevents any sort of anything like that.
No. Oh, that's so sad.
That means she's not gonna know. She's never gonna realize.
She's never gonna realize. Wow. Oof. And she's not even gonna know his fucking. That's so sad. That's so sad. What the fuck?
She might realize if it ends. I feel like if you like end the link, that would be noticeable. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Well, she wouldn't know to end it.
Well, yeah, but like if she links with someone else or like, you know, something like that, I feel like it would be a noticeable like,
well, it has to be
you aren't.
She has to focus on it for an hour to end it.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, I guess if she goes to link with anyone, then she would realize. Because she wouldn't be able to.
Oh, this could really fuck her up.
Yep.
Oh well. Now I could just feel her feelings and.
I guess, do you want to do an insight check on yourself to see if she could pick up on it, like as she's leaving or something?
I don't know why she would if he can't do anything.
I feel like there could be a subtle presence of the fact that she's broadcasting.
I don't know how that'd be. Fuck it.
That is a pretty mid-range roll. I'll leave it up to you.
No, I don't think she'll realize.
Not gonna notice?
Nope.
Good.
And she's gonna die for it.
Why?
I don't know. Something
He's
to
gonna
do
kill
with...
her.
Oh, yeah. I think the whole morning then she's just like broadcasting her fucking, like romanticized fantasies, whatever.
No.
Like the whole like surrounded like by kids thing that was stated earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like a mixture of like ones that look like her and him, like little babies. That sort of shit, like she's just so stupid. I hate her.
That's cute.
Like that. Probably thinks of him like if he's like, when they're playing games, like she's like, he's so smart. But she's so stupid.
Here, let's see something. Evens or odds?
Evens.
All right. So as she's leaving, he'll like walk her out, set her up to like get her a taxi, not a taxi, his own private thing, the same vehicle you were in before last night. To take her home. And I imagine like he'll like kiss her goodbye, she'll get in the car. And then like as he's standing there before he closes the door, Princess, I can hear your thoughts, right?
I think she would like she would freak the fuck out. Like like any like any like calmness that she had like been trying to keep up, anything like that, like her face just like oh god, I'm sorry. Since when?
Not long. No need to apologize.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. That's more. That was broadcasted. she's calling herself an idiot and but like outwardly she's like, "Oh, I'll go home and unlink. I'm sorry."
I don't mind it.
But wait, why can't I feel you?
Um, he'll reach into his sort of shirt, and you would have seen that last night as you were undressing him, and pull out a small golden triangular necklace. Um, this protects me from any accidental, unwanted broadcasts or intrusions. I can control it, and at that you will feel a flood of affection coming from him as he drops the sort of artificial wall and lets you feel him.
She'll just like stare up at him and like she's still fucking embarrassed, but like gives him a hug. I can I can go home and stop it if you want.
Whatever you want, darling, but I certainly don't mind it. She'll probably feel like it's not like I guess yeah, just affection. Just like not even in a horny way, but just love. Uh to the point of it almost aching. Um like an intense just sort of feeling from him. But he'll sort of reassure her that whatever she's comfortable with, if she wants to uh, end the link, that's fine. He takes no offense to it, but he also rather likes feeling her and hearing her in that way.
Then I won't. And he just hears idiot from her, like mind.
Mm-hmm. He'll kiss the back of her hand very like almost reverently. Um, Probably tell her that he hopes to see her again very soon.
I hope so too. I'm gonna be very busy for a while.
Of course, I understand.
Should probably give him a kiss on the cheek. And yeah. Get in the car.
uh, as you sort of drive off, um, trying to think of how to describe the feeling, uh, but she'll get kind of a wave of like, sort of almost euphoric, like uh, affection towards her. Um, I'm trying to think, and almost a sense of like not kind of like relief, but that sort of like when something that you've been waiting for finally happens, kind of feeling to put it.
Oh,
Just kind of a very strong wave of uh briefly from him.
he'd probably be feeling all sorts of yearning from her, and like sadness that she's kind of leaving.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
within like that mile, uh, she'll say, like in her head to him, "Thank you again for everything."
Uh you'll feel kind of in response to that, um just sort of another wave of affection. Can't really respond, but
Yeah.
in his own way. So yeah, next session will come in with Echo getting home in a fucking in the morning.
Yep. Oh, this was spicy.
It was.
Spicy and very kind of lore, like a lot of lore drops,
Yeah,
little bit of lore.
yeah, you got to meet the Beholder, the Watcher.
Hell yeah.
You got to meet Tay, Slime Boy.
Slime boy. Timber was mentioned, and then she was like, "Huh, well,
Timber mention. Yep.
yeah,
Timber name drop. Found out a little bit more about Corbin.
yeah."
Bro got CL Phantom Hived.
Oh no.
That is very much how I'm like they had him in a fucking cage. They'd take him out, like perform fucked up experiments on him to try to get him to like use him as a con to like access Wonderland.
Oh,
Except then he did it, and then Ace killed all of them.
oh my god.
Yeah, he left that part out, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, it did. But she also left part of her shit out too. So
Uh-huh.
they're so stupid. I hate them.
They're
Ah,
so cute. They're so cute.
ah.
They're idiots.
Anybody who watches this is gonna be like, "What the fuck are these two doing?"
They're in love and they're business
They're
partners.
business partners.
It's
That's the
just
most important.
business.
It's business.
Don't you forget it.
Yeah. Oh, I love them, but I hate them. Ah, they're so stupid. All right. Goodbye, recording. I love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.